Today, I don't normally do this, but today we're going to be reading some books. So, y'all, one of my shorts can comment down which one you want me to read. I'm going to read this one. See, the only normal one. They have lines between them because they're probably like cut open to get those in things. I don't know. And yeah, let's go. Okay, so. Half a Minute Horrors. Tale of Content. Continue to read that. Something you ought to know. The right hand doesn't know what left is doing is a phrase that two times when people ought to know but don't know about something that is happening very close to them. For instance, you ought to know about the man who watches you sleep. What? This is not my book, so I'm not going to ruin it just because y'all this might comment was get rid of that book. That watches you sleep. He's a quiet man, which is why you don't know about him. You don't know how he gets into your home or how he finds his way to the room in which you sleep. You don't know how he can stare at you so long without blinking, and you don't know how he manages to be gone by morning without a trace. And you know where he purchased that long, sharp knife curved like a crescent moon? A knife? Oh, this is my dad and my sister talking. That he holds in his left hand, sometimes just millimeters from your eyes, which are closed, flickering dreams. That was Lemony Snicket. I'm not say that. There are of course things he doesn't know about you either. He does not know what you are dreaming. He does not but that it may be that he does not care his clothes are rumpled and have old rips in them. Here and there may be to cover his right hand. The sleeve is long enough to do. You might not see that his right hand is strange and crooked. It would his right hand is crooked. It would take a while to notice. It would take a while in the darkness of room to notice that he is missing 3 fingers. He comes every night. His hand does not know what the left is doing. So when we do that, I have something that I need to put under a certain thing. It's gonna put that on my knees. And if y'all like this, go ahead and like and subscribe like I've been asking y'all. I'm so sorry I didn't mean to say that, but I've been asking y'all for a while now. Y'all got me to 96 subscribers. Oh my god, that's a little. Give me more. I'm just kidding, that's a lot. Y'all don't have to subscribe if you don't want. So yeah, y'all can just subscribe if you want to. And if you don't want to, that's okay with me. I'm totally fine with that. I'm not here just to get the golden play button or the silver or whatever. I'm here to entertain y'all. I don't care about the hateful comments y'all give me. I'm okay with that. And if my cringe hurts your feelings, leave the channel. You don't have to watch me anymore. Just leave the channel. So if it hurts your feelings, not feelings, but if you don't like my cringe or whatever, or my videos, go ahead and just leave. Don't even watch me anymore. Just leave. The chicken or the egg? I was first, said the egg. I was first, said the chicken. I was, said the egg. I was, said the chicken. I was. Okay, said chicken. You win, and pecked eggs 7 times from 7 holes. Egg belled yellow into the barn dust until all of us eggs were outside instead of in. Chicken grind. But guess who laughs? Meh. In hiding. Whoa. So guys, this is the fun part of the book because it has all of that. In hiding. My father and I lay Tesla, I can't read that word, side by side into total darkness, not daring to breathe. The space was small and smelled bad. We were flat on our backs, as clearly able to lift our heads. Have y'all ever woken up in the middle of the night and your head is turned over here? If y'all have a brother or sister, you know they'd be awake before you. And whenever I used to wake, when I was 7, like I am right now, I was in my bed and I was sleeping, and my sister was already up in the middle of the night, and I woke up and my head started hurting, and I was laying over here, and she's like, "Good morning," and I'm like, "What time is it?" She's like, 5 o'clock. I'm like, "It's still dark out, but it is morning. Good morning to you too. Go back to bed." And I try to go back to bed, but my head hurts so bad that I stay up till 6:01. My dad comes out at 6:23 or 6:52. It's like, "I'm tired. Can we not go to school today?" I'm like, yeah. Because he woke up by us, we weren't saying anything, but he was, because our FGTV was so loud. My dog just needs to go inside. The space was small. Above us, the thing that shifted restfully on his bed, grunting. I hoped it would settle itself soon. Finally, the thing stopped moving. I counted seconds. Was it asleep, or was it just lying there awake, waiting? "Now," my father whispered in my ear, and I very slowly reached out and grasped the child's ankles with our cold, dead hands. The Old Man in the Picture by Arcella. Jake's mother promised him that if he sat quietly in the waiting room while she saw her new doctor, he could have 3 bowls of ice cream afterward. Oh, that's cool. The Old Man in the Picture. That one looks scary, because it's the Old Man in the Picture, but these books are actually kind of good, so y'all should get them. Despite the promise, Jake was not happy. He did not like waiting. He did not like the room. Especially did not like that ugly portrait of an elderly man. I'm just gonna say elderly because old is kind of rude. Man hanging on the wall across from where he sat. Jake did not like that elderly man. Seemed to be staring right at him with a strange, awful look. Jake tried moving, but the eyes of the elderly man seemed to follow him around the room. Now that's just scary. It was creepy. Picture all right, But Jake was not scared. No, not in the least. He marched right up to that picture, and that's when he suddenly noticed the old man's hands. They were bony and scary and had long pointed nails. When his mother finally came out of the doctor's office, there was no sign of Jake. Although she did glimpse an old man splitting out the door. He looked oddly familiar. Then she turned around and looked at the portrait, and her screams could be heard all the way from down the street. The Babysitter. These are just multiple scary stories, okay? I've been reading a lot. I've been reading for 11 minutes. I can check the time down here. It's 5:11. I gotta call my best friend at 6 o'clock. The phone rang, echoing in the white and silver kitchen that was as glossy as a half of mirrors. Jess was surrounded by a dozen of reflections of herself as she went to pick up the handset. Hello? By the way, I saw a dead chicken at my school today. Good. For a moment, there was no answer. Just the faint sound of someone breathing. Ooh. Jess thought that of her friends laughing at the story, laughing as they told her not to accept the babysitting job from someone she'd never met. They probably lived in a creepy old house in the middle of the woods. They lived in a top floor loft with a view of the city that made Jess feel like a bird. The white leather sofas smelled of plastic wrapping. Then a little voice said, "I'm coming home," before the line clicked off. Was there another child Jess did not know about? The phone rang again. "I'm coming home." Now the voice sounded old, tired, and fretful. There was a tap of footsteps climbing marble stairs, like the ones that led up to the loft. Jess looked down. Something was brushing her leg. It was the phone cord. It had fallen to the wall. The sound scratching at the door like a dog. In her hand, phone rang. "I'm home," rasped the voice, older than sand. Did you wait up? Grand entrance. So guys, we're only going to read the grand entrance, and then we might just end this video because I've been reading for 14 minutes now. Here's what I remember about that night, and though I've been told it's not possible, I remember everything clearly like a dream come to life. I felt trapped. There was terrible screaming. Where am I? I wondered. Some kind of tightly enclosed space. My fear was extreme. I tried to stay calm, but I couldn't. There was water everywhere around me. The screaming kept on getting louder and closer. Then a voice broke through. "It's a girl," said the voice. Suddenly, it was quiet. Another voice filled the room. I realized it was mine, and I was screaming like a baby. This is written by over here. Lemony Snicket, Neil Gaiman, James Patterson, Lemony Snicket, Neil Gaiman, and James Patterson, and more. So these people who wrote these. I'm on Halloween Mask. So we're on page 10, Halloween Mask, and I've been reading for 16 minutes. I am me, but I am not. I can't be sure whose face feels hot. Is it mine or is it? So strange how snug this mask fits, dazzling through the mirror over my sink, staring into my eyes that refuse to blink. Holding my ground, I stare right to back, as at the deadest shade of black. I swallowed hard. This can't be true. When last I looked, my eyes were blue. Tom Jurchen and Michael Perry. I'm thinking that I had read a lot. I'm on page 12. I've been reading for 16 minutes now. So, Tenton. Father said stuffed toys were childish, but at 9, Ava still adored hers. Most of all, Tenton, the white rat. Tenton had very few fur, worn thin and long, sickly whiskers, and traveled with her between Mom's places and here. No matter what Ava's fear, Tenton always knew how to comfort her. One evening, Father, as usual, nodded good night to Ava, closed the bedroom door, and she heard his chair. Ava whine as he sat down to work again. Shadows slowly looked again to the night. Under the covers, Ava whispered, "I don't want to go back to school. I hate it." Something drove her to add, "You go, Tenton. You take my place." Tenton's red eyes glittered. The next thing Ava knew, she was being tossed into the air like a rag doll. She hit the carpet, yet felt nothing. Oh, that's scary. In the half-light, she saw a creature leap out of the bed. A girl with sorts of shiny pale hair. Her hair wearing a pendant necklace. Her necklace, but a girl who moved like a rat, soaring like on all fours. Ava screamed, no sound. She scrambled, no movement. The girl-sized rat creeped over. Red eyes with malice reflect in them. Ava saw a little stuffed toy flung inside on the carpet. White limbs a tangle, blue eyes wide with panic. Ava's blue eyes. The rat hissed and raced open to the window. Raced to the opened window. A long, naked tail snaked over the sill. claws clicked down the trails. Then the sounds of movement faded. In the morning, Ava heard Father's alarm, his shuffling footsteps. "Ava," he grunted, "get up or you'll be late." Ava did what she could, which was nothing. I've been reading for 20 minutes. Nanny. My name's Sarah. Okay, so let's restart the nanny one. Nanny. My name is Sarah Tux. Me in as the shadows wait for her to leave so they can creep out of the closet toward me. She smiles as she steps over books, puzzles, and pieces I've left on the floor, then closes my door. But tonight I decided to escape the shadows. I opened the door, dashed towards Sarah's room, only to find her at the end of the hall whispering to them, the shadows, and telling them with a smile that I was waiting for their nightly to visit my room. Legend. Alexandra's room with the small window. 2. Rose's room with bigger window. 3. Toolished. 4, 5, 6, 7. Rose. 2. Alexandra's room with a bigger window. So that's Rose's. That's Sarah's. And that's Alexandra's. Rose's. That's Rose's. That's Sarah's. And that's Alexandra's. That scared me.